Hello everyone and welcome back to round number 2 of the 2024 Throwdown the Mountain 12. We're at the Olympus Disc Golf Course, slightly modified layout, but enjoying the action. Andrew Martin was our leader coming into the round. Martin Kneece doing some work out there. Ben Wolff is on the card, also having a pretty good front nine. And Clay Harvey hanging in there. We hope you're enjoying the coverage. Thanks to our friends at Grip, along with Sun King, Discraft, DGA, and I'm going to welcome in yet again Thomas Gilbert. Thomas, unfortunately the math tells us that by the time we're all wrapped up on Sunday, I'm not going to be able to have you or probably any guest for the final round coverage. So thank you for joining us here in round number 2.
Yeah, absolutely, Terry. Thanks so much for having me. It's been fun watching the coverage this weekend as well, watching these 4 guys that I really haven't seen play too much.
Yeah, we'll see how things shake out to see what's going to go down come Sunday. But right now, Ben Wolff on the tee.
Okay, I think that was a decent drop. Hopefully left him in the middle. If you kick left or right on this hole, it is very, very punishing. Martin, okay, yeah, it doesn't drop too far to the right. Hopefully we'll have some kind of edge look there. Oh, and that's the kick of death. That's going to be really bad. I would say if he can save a bogey from there, that's pretty incredible.
Certainly troublesome. Here's our leader after round number 1, Andrew Martin. And also finds wood. This hole is hard to throw, and it's hard to film. It's hard to do everything on hole number 10.
Sure is.
And that's the pitch out. You were just talking about it. So Clay has pitched to here. This is his third. Trying to get up and down, and can he save bogey? That'll give him a long look to do so.
Yeah, but still, that's a 40-foot putt, and it slopes off on that right side. It's still going to be very tricky for him, I believe, to have a clean bogey on this hole.
And riding the upside-down throw, skipping off the ground and coming back up.
Oh, man. This hole getting everybody right now. And I mean everybody.
I swear, this is the lead card, guys. It just proves how difficult hole 10 can really be.
That is very true, yeah. Martin, unfortunate there. He's going to be frustrated, have to just lay up a bogey. Same there from Andrew. And I think Clay and Ben, Ben went real far. Yeah, no joke. And yeah, a little unconventional tomahawk layup, but hey, it slides it up there. And this is Clay for probably the hardest par save, but he's got the best look.
Well, this is actually for bogey, remember?
For bogey, that's right. Yes,
but it's still
so
a
bogey
solid
save.
one at that, though.
That's right. Hardest bogey save, but makes it count.
Unbelievable. Hole 10 did, in fact, play as the single most difficult hole on the course, averaging .56 over par.
That is right. This was, I believe, the only bogey that I took during round 2 as well, so it really can get you.
So it checks out. Okay. So that is 4 for 4. Our entire lead card, in fact, just as we walked away, I think it was Martin that said, oh, the internet's going to have a field day with that one. We didn't do ourselves any favor. Guys, I'll admit, just hole 10 is tough. And then hole 11 follows here.
Yeah, not much more easy of a tee shot. This is a really tight gap. You have a little bit of options. You can kind of go to the right. You can chip up. And then as long as you're lined up with this tunnel up to the top, again, basket's perched a little bit long of the top of the hill, so you got to have good speed control coming in. Ooh, nice. I was wondering what we were going to see here from Ben, and there was a really nice zone forehand through that right side, and he's in perfect position.
Oh, that's way too high. Okay, it's going to work perfectly.
Wow.
All right, so Martin admitting the misfire, but it looks like it's not going to be too bad.
No, yeah, as long as he's got a clean look there, he can probably throw a nice little turnover up there to the top of the basket, top of the hill, near the basket.
Little reset for Clay.
Okay.
It stays pretty clean.
Yeah.
It looked like it was too low and going to get caught up, and somehow it filters all the way through.
Okay, Andrew needs to focus up here. He's a couple over par through the front 9. Not great, but gets a good skip up there, and wow, makes it all the way up to the corner tree, and
a little bit of a roll to even assist.
Nice bonus roll too. Oh, this looks great from Clay. Just needs to chill out now. Yeah, that looks great. Should probably be about 20 feet to the left of the basket, maybe 25. Martin, he is pinched off on that left side. Just angle was too hard to cut over to the right in time. Andrew, though, he's got a nice little forehand lined up here.
Not enough height and too much angle. He should be really thankful that didn't cut roll.
Yes.
Because that could have got much worse for him. So he's still going to be in the middle with a long look. And just a standstill.
Oh, my gosh. And
rifling in.
But, hey, that's going to be real close. Probably about 20 feet, maybe a little bit in that spruce there. Wow. Gives it a really good effort from probably 70 feet or so. Hopefully that didn't slide too far past the basket.
Yeah, it slopes. It's a little unassuming how much there is a slope behind this pin. And Andrew may find out as well in a moment.
Nice, so not too far there for Martin. He cleans up a nice 20-footer. But, yeah, going to be taking the par on this one. And here we got Clay, I believe. Yeah. And
yeah, you called it. Oh,
nice.
Wow.
Ooh.
Dances on that right side, flops in his favor.
Yeah, but a good birdie to pick up there, and I'm sure Ben is going to have probably about a similar distance from the other side. Can hear the construction going once again. And pow, 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 right in the basket. All right, 2 birdies, 2 pars. That's probably what you're about going to see from most cards on this hole.
Now gets to the fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Hole number 12.
Hole number 12, we got a downhill 563-foot par 3, and it is very reachable. You can throw nice little turnovers or a big booming forehand. Curious to see what we're going to see from most of these players here. I know Clay's got the forehand for it, absolutely. But this is the one that I'm interested in. Oh, goes with the big tomahawk over the top. Oh, man. Perfectly pin high. Oh, what is this roll? Just keeps going and going.
Yeah, because you wouldn't want to throw the lefty backhand hyzer to this pin, would you?
Oh no, that'd be just horrible. He needs to really figure out that backhand. He's got so much power. I'm sure he's got some spin on the backhand release. Martin. It's got flipped up nice. It's got a carry and carry.
No, not that big guy.
Oh yeah.
60-footer.
I'll give yourself a little more credit than that. That's probably 45 if I gotta say so myself.
Speak to the fine balance. It looks like a little slip there from Andrew, but speak to the fine balance of the righty forehand on this hole as opposed to what's required of a righty backhand.
Yeah, so the forehand, you have to drive it a lot more down the hill. Backhand, you want to leave in the air so it can drift continuously from left to right. But forehand, you really want to be driven so it has the speed to carry to the distance of this hole, and then let the right fade happen naturally.
Yeah, kind of gravity do the work.
Mm-hmm.
And have it just push with the spin.
Yeah, got a couple of good approaches there that leave those guys inside circle. Martin now about probably 50-foot look. Oh.
Not shy with it.
On camera, and then y'all can talk about my putting.
Hey, I said your pun has been great all around. I mean, a little bit off there, but hey, that all happens.
I can't expect every 50-footer to drop. Well, okay, Clay's like, I got this for 42, maybe
Yep.
44.
Yeah, that's a distance you're going to see a lot of birdies on this hole. It's really hard to get the distance unless you're an elite distance sidearm player or obviously a lefty that feels more comfortable throwing that glidey backhand down the hill. But a couple cleanups here from these guys. Ben, maybe about 12 feet left here. Ooh. A little more power than that on the next one, but he drops it straight to the bottom tray.
And just like that, we're through 12 holes. Let's take a look at 13.
Yep, we got a nice par 4 here. Tricky gaps. You really want to get as far right as you can on this ridge is ideal. That gives you the straight look at the basket. A lot of shots are going to probably find the left side edge, and then it can be tricky from there, but a lot of scrambling can be done to still get the birdie. Oh, man, and just barely too far right for Clay, and he kicks left. Going to leave him a really tricky spot.
Well, if anyone's got a unique approach that we could expect, it would be Ben. It looks like he's going with the forehand roller that
Wow.
kind of fights through.
Yeah, gets up there to that right ridge a little farther back than you want, but yeah, going to leave him something, and Martin is going to be in that tricky left side where you're kind of left just to scramble on this hole. Oh man, a good angle, just no height, and he's going to be in a similar spot.
Yeah. At this point, I'm going to admit to the world, I even somewhat mentally check out here on hole 13 as a camera person, because I'm just like, I don't know where they're going. I don't know what you're going to make it through. Yeah, it becomes a bit of a slog here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see that Andrew shows it perfectly. He's just trying to aim for one of the many gaps and hopefully continue to make it through more. Martin doing the same thing, trying to just pick one of the 34-foot gaps that you're offered. And you can say here with Clay, again, just no shot to really decide, like, this is the gap. You got to be way to the right if you want a line. And Ben, actually, with a great approach earlier, he was on that right side a bit earlier, but made a really nice approach with the zone.
Yeah, and I'll be the first to clarify. There are gaps, as you were just saying. There are a number of them. It's just a matter of hitting them so precisely because they're just so small. They exist, but you can see how it feels like you're just tagging every tree as you're trying to fight your way down this fairway.
Yeah. These guys now finding the proper fairway, per se, on the right, and that gives you the clean approach for most of these players. And then Andrew, unfortunately, is going to pitch up after a couple Plinko shots. And Ben now trying to capitalize on getting himself in a good position for birdie. Yeah.
At this point, I know I've thought, I don't know who's throwing for what anymore as I'm recording it.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I feel like two of the players are putting for bogey and maybe one's putting for par, but we'll see here in a second. Yep, there we go. There's the one par from Martin. only had one Plinko incident there in the woods, and I believe these guys are both going to be dropping in a bogey. Yeah, would love to see that hole cleaned up a little bit in the future.
Let's get Macbeth on the line. I'm sure he's got something to say. Yeah, we head over to our first par 5 that we'll see of back-to-back par 5s on 14 and 15, but go ahead.
Yep, hole number 14 here. You want to get up on this ridge. Somewhere in this ditch is usually where you see people end up. And then roller, big forehand is a popular second choice. And then you have just a kind of wherever distance you have left, scramble up to the green and hopefully have a nice easy birdie. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So he straightens that out a little bit and is going to find the right side of the fairway here, but gets plenty of distance, and that should be relatively easy shot. Martin, this looks great. Heisering, nice and time. Going to take a couple skips to the left.
No, I think it's mine. You get the second skip? I saw the first one.
Yeah, looking for those skips. He was not sure if he got it, but he did. Clay, nice line here. He's going to get a lot of distance and be up on that left side.
And as we're watching these shots come in, I'll echo what we saw really in round number 1. Almost perfect scoring conditions. A very light breeze maybe will come in or out on any given hole, but you're talking about temps in the high 70s, the low 80s, low humidity or very tolerable humidity.
For sure.
Just absolutely blessed second day out here.
It really was. There was a funny realization on one of the holes here. I think it might have been hole 12, where I stood still and realized there's not a single ounce of breeze. I can't feel anything. Felt like I was inside. It was great conditions out there. Martin with the best look, trying to throw the big air shot turnover, but clips the trees and it's going to fall down, but he's going to be maybe left with 250 and should still be scrambleable for a birdie. Wow. Ben, tried to go with the forehand roller, but caught a few things on the way down from the sky. Still should be scrambleable for birdie.
Oh, I love the look here. That's going to put him inside 25 feet, maybe even 20 feet. And that'll give him a look for the birdie. He goes higher than I expected, but that's going to put him up there.
Yeah, very nice upshots by those guys after being a little bit farther back on their first two. Hopefully Ben and Martin got some nice easy chips to the basket. Skip in. Oh.
Skipped right at the basket. Went a little past.
Oh, boy. Martin did not get the nose down on that forehand release, and that is going to fade out really early on that right side. Probably going to have a very obstructed look.
Yeah, he talked about, I think that maybe is a zone OS, just a little too beefy for that shot.
Yeah. Tried the zone. It's probably perfect angle for that disc. There we go. Ben is on a roll in these last couple holes. I believe he has gotten a good number of the last couple.
Oh my god, you fucking asshole. Can't believe I just fucking did that. You fucking.
Some frustration coming from our day 1 leader. And actually, Martin did have an obstructed look. That then only got to this point. So he putted to here, and now he's tapping in for his par because he was caught up by those trees. You called it. It was just too obstructed to get all the way through those trees. Big thanks to our friends over at Swarm Digital Media. If you need any website work or development, they can help you out. They also do maintenance and, most importantly, search engine optimization. So make sure you contact them today. There's a link in the description. Fill out everything right there in the contact form, and they'll get you all going with everything you need so that they can help you out they've been supporting disc golf. We see them over at the GK Pro Skins. They've been supporting the Disc Golf Guy channel, along with being actually the support mechanism for Mike Barnett and Sun King, among many other disc golf companies. So seeing the forehand come in from Ben, and that one's not clean.
Got Mike there, parked just past the landing zone. Yeah, Ben's going to be on the right side. Oh, and Clay is going to the left side real quick. He needs to trickle. Okay, wow, gets all the way through and will actually be in a good spot to hopefully lay up that next shot.
Yeah, cuts off the distance, but not punished in terms of the line.
Mm-hmm. And Martin here, he likes to go with this distance driver play, just throwing it straight down and trying to get some skips forward, but comes up a little bit short. Leaking in the left side, but that ground honestly really makes you check forward a lot of the times coming with that much speed. So he's going to be just barely on the left side of the fairway. Oh.
Speaking of left side of the fairway, that's exactly where Ben is headed.
That is not ideal. That's going to be a really difficult par save for him now.
Yeah, that could be even worse than what he just previously had.
That's very true, yeah.
It's so easy to do out here. You kind of go for the shot to recover from a previous bad shot, and then you actually just make things worse. Kind of like my sickness did throughout the weekend. Here we are on Saturday night, and pushing through here. Hope you guys are enjoying the action.
Yeah, Andrew chipping it up into a good spot. He's going to probably have about the same distance left into the basket. Oh, and Martin going aggressive. Going with the flippy distance driver. And, yeah, that's going to be great. Almost pin high with the basket. And probably just an easy pitch up. Okay, maybe not quite pin high with the basket, but still 150 feet
left.
left.
We can see how aggressive he wants to be out with an eagle bid.
He did eagle this hole yesterday, so definitely has the aggressiveness to execute the shots. Ben did something crazy over the top, I'm assuming, and gets to a pretty good spot.
Yeah, he'll at least have a par in mind, maybe even still a long look at birdie. And that actually gets caught up by the sawgrass and stops. So back-to-back days, we see shots that we assume are going to go out of bounds to that right side. Both times they check up.
Yeah, there we go. That's how you want to play the hole. You can just throw 350, 300, 300, and you're right there at the basket for a nice, easy birdie. Ooh. And wow, Clay giving it a good run for his birdie attempt, I believe. Martin now with that little approach, probably about 150. He looks like he's giving it a putt, so even closer. Yeah, easy peasy, going to be a birdie. Oh, and still easy birdie for Martin, though, after going a little longer than I thought. All right, Ben, after a crazy scramble and a little approach, he's going to save the par. So, honestly, a great scramble after those two pretty errant tee shots and up shots.
Andrew trying to stop the bleeding. He's going to be 3 over for today's round. Certainly nowhere near the pace he was on yesterday.
With a legacy dating back to 2001, Sun King Discs has been instrumental in advancing disc golf across Florida, the U.S., and beyond. Partnering with and hosting over 500 events, including the famous Throw Down the Mountain, we are dedicated to bringing joy to players from all walks of life. Explore our extensive disc selection at sunkingdiscs.com and enjoy free shipping on orders of $50 or more. Sun King Discs. Believe in a better way.
We head to 16, my favorite.
Not my favorite after yesterday. Definitely a punishing right side OB. You want to throw a flex shot, most likely down the left to this position here. And then a nice little forehand approach, most likely up to the right. And there's the basket tucked in. Let's see what Martin's got. Ooh, hold. It's got to turn.
Go, go, go.
So yeah, he's going to find that row of trees on the left side. He's quite far back, so that's going to be quite the difficult approach for him.
Yeah, you really need to get to the opening, to the alleyway, if you want to put yourself in position for a birdie look.
Andrew just a little bit low on his shot, doesn't get the full flex out that he needs. Ben, interested to see what he's got for us here. Probably a little flexy forehand. Smacks it, but too high. Ooh,
What
a good drop.
Yeah, huge, very favorable kick out for him. Man, his forehand might be, if he nailed his forehand shot, he probably could drive this fairway better than literally any other person in the field, right?
I agree.
If he hit his perfect line.
Absolutely.
Just the way that it could flex all the way through.
I've seen Chris Clemens do quite magical things with his lefty forehand on this hole.
Yeah, I can see that. As Andrew does actually have a look to the gap, but gets caught up on the right side. So looking at a par at best.
Oh, without that, it was so good.
Well, the fact that he even had that much, he should be happy with. Like we said, that drop down to the center of the fairway was so crucial for him.
Yeah, you can see here Martin what he has to do, and doesn't get all the way through, so he's going to be left with a tricky approach. Hopefully he has a little standout.
That or some kind of forehand possibly. We see the forehand coming in from Clay.
Oh, that's a great skip. You really want to see that right movement at the end. And yeah, he's going to put himself about 25 feet long. Oh, this is looking tasty for Martin. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good recovery because that approach wasn't ideal on the previous shot. So the fact that he still has a look for par is pretty good. Ben trying to flick it up there and possibly escape with a par.
Oh.
Just over the top. That gives him a par look. He says it's bad. It maybe wasn't his best effort, but we'll see what the result is. And oh, that's just an errant shot right out of the hand. Almost like undercommitted, maybe?
Yeah, no, it's easy to do when you're frustrated and having not so hot of a round, but hey, he cans the putt, so good focus on the putt there. Hopefully he can dial in that touch for the next shot.
Yeah, hearing a little action. 18's basket is less than 150 feet directly behind where the players are right now. So as people are closing out on 18, that can be distracting over here on 16 and
yeah,
really
maybe
tentative release there from Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, Clay is obstructed. We thought he had such a good approach. Now he's got work to do. Oh, yeah. Elevator going down.
Nice. Good birdie. And Ben going to be understandably frustrated after getting a little bit of fortune on the drive to kick out and then not quite executing the next couple shots.
And we head over to hole number 17, the shorter pin position that you guys all know and love from previous Sword on the Mountains.
Yep, we got a 152-foot par 3 right there on this, perched on this little bit of a hillside. You have the front side and then goes slopes down on the back, so you do have to have some speed control, but it's right in front of you. Absolutely one you want to get. This is ace running. Oh, it's got pretty good speed control, probably maybe 20, 25 feet past the basket.
Real choppy forehand coming here from Martin.
Dang it, I'll do it
Just too good, too good. Oh, wow. Andrew, man.
basket yesterday.
Hit basket yesterday
Yeah,
too?
no big deal.
Oh man,
I mean, I can't wait to see what happens in round 3. Unfortunately, we're not going to see him on the lead card, but we're going to take another look.
oh,
Left side chain, certainly not one that should have stayed, but nonetheless, trying to provide a little highlight reel. And, oh no.
oh,
I was thinking, though, that was going to go at least 30 or 40 deep of the pin.
yeah.
It just looked like too much speed on it, so maybe not the worst kick in the world, as Clay, he actually went more like 35 past the basket.
Mm-hmm.
And so now Ben has a chance to still make the birdie.
Oh, one of the worst feeling putts that you can have. That front rim jumping up onto the cage and falling back out. And man, okay, Martin did go quite a bit past 2, but ooh, that's got to sit. Okay, luckily does sit down, but it's going to leave him a probably 25-foot comebacker now. And he knew it straight out of the hand.
Really frustrating, yeah, to go from an ace run where you're grabbing chain to now tapping in for the par. And it's been a rough day here for Andrew.
And so no birdie is going to be collected by this card here on a 150-foot hole. It's tough to see.
Yeah, and what did we see yesterday? One birdie?
One birdie, yeah.
So in 8 tries, we've seen this hole at 1 under. Not exactly impressive. I'm not trying to pick on you guys, but not impressed.
No. M2 lead card could probably do better.
I think they did. And finally, we arrive at the iconic 18th.
Yes, this is the iconic throw down the mountain hole. One of the highest points on the entire course, throwing all the way to the bottom. You really want to keep it straight if you're throwing the backhand line, or hook to the right to be on this right side for the forehand. And then up the cliff we go to this nice little basket position perched in the middle of the screen.
I think we again have the radio, the two-way radio that's going to give us the call.
Wow, such a high shot. Hopefully this gets far enough right.
On the pond, right here behind me where you went OB.
Okay, so OB in the pond. Didn't get it right enough at the end, and he's going to have to mark it where he went OB. Martin, this is looking okay, good. It's overstable. He needs to swing left hard. And, yeah, really, really nice. Gets great distance, too.
Now, talk about how the rules are different this weekend compared to what we saw for chess.com.
Yes, that's right. So chess.com, almost the same OBs, but now you don't move up to a drop zone, or the drop zone is originally much more difficult, and then you have to rethrow if you don't cross instead of moving to the drop zone just 45 feet behind the basket. So much bigger numbers being taken this weekend with the rethrow penalty.
Yeah, essentially, what did you see? A max of what, like a 6 could be taken, a 5 or a 6 or something like that?
Yeah, 5 or 6, depending on whether you were inbounds off your drive or not. But here, I can see even double-digit numbers being taken if you're just unloading your bag from the bottom of the hill.
So believe it or not, this format is a little more difficult. Even though some of the holes have been changed to make them easier, the rules here are more difficult for our competitors this weekend, as he's up on top after the big, huge overhand.
Martin, in good position. Oh, it looks like he's going to be right there. Yeah,
Wow.
Maybe 25 feet away for his birdie look to finish off a good round.
Yeah, Martin looking to get 13 under. 2 consistent days potentially of a 6 and a 7 if he converts. That's barely up on top, but safe.
Yeah, the gallery there cheering him on, trying to encourage him to get up there. No, he's in bounds.
Clay trying to get up and down and save a par. Remain at 10 under.
Oh, man.
Wow. Almost still puts it in from down there.
Yeah, very nice shot. And here we have Ben. This is in bounds. That's just spectator rope, but doesn't give it his best effort.
So Andrew, who came in as our leader, 3 over on today's round. And that's where he'll finish, is 3 over. So little fall from grace here. Let's see if he can battle back during tomorrow's round. Good to have him. And wow, sitting in what I believe will be solo second is Martin at 13 under. So we're going to see him on the lead card.
Yep, and Ben here looking to clean up to also be in a tie for third.
Yeah, trying to stay on this lead card.
Yeah,
That's
nice
it.
little soft putt to land in there.
Nice. So like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Thomas, I know I'm not going to be able to get with you on after our tomorrow's round, but thanks for joining on the commentary.
Yeah, absolutely, Terry. It's going to be really fun tomorrow. We got Sullivan Tipton, who is going to be our leader. He had a really hot 9 under par round. I luckily battled back and will be joining you on the coverage tomorrow. And yeah, Ben and Martin will be joining us up there as well.
Rounding things out. That's where we stand after 2 rounds. Solo commentary coming from me after they complete the round tomorrow. Again, thanks for joining us. Thank you to Sun King, Mike Barnett, and crew. Couldn't do it without you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.